Standards identified in these activities have been adopted from the content standards of the national organization for each discipline. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. Students at an elementary school are involved in a data collection and research project. The students have created and distributed a survey to find out what type of person reads the Harry Potter books by J.K. Rowling. The students design the research project themselves and find different ways to get the survey out to people. The project integrates English Language Arts Standard Number 7, which requires that students conduct research on issues and interests by generating ideas and questions and by posing problems. The students gather, evaluate, and synthesize data from a variety of sources, both text and people, to communicate their discoveries in ways that suit their purpose and audience.
We had to come up to a consensus. We shared research ideas. And we decided on one project. Is that true so far? Are you in agreement? All right. What did we do next? After we decided on our project, we wanted to find out, as we were told back here, Michael told us we wanted to find out what the average Harry Potter reader was like. What did you do next? What was our next step as a class? Eric, please.
Find ways to get the survey out to people.
Exactly.
By having the students design an investigation to address their research question, the instructor integrates Mathematics Standard Number 5 for grades 3 through 5. This standard requires that students be able to formulate questions that can be addressed with data and collect, organize, and display relevant data to answer them. The students have collected data with their surveys, and they will use different kinds of tables and graphs to represent their data.
We took the surveys home, we emailed and faxed them to different libraries, we collected data from other classes in our building. We emailed them to other schools throughout the United States. Leslie, please.
We wrote letters to different stores and like the newspaper and the radio.
And what was the purpose for those letters that we wrote, for instance, to the radio station? What was the purpose of the letter?
We were asking them if they would like put them in the newspaper, or if we would email the radio place and put the survey in there.
All right, super.
To help the class understand the idea of random sampling, the teacher asks the students about their favorite character in the Harry Potter books. The students compare their class results to the results of the same question in a survey done by American Girl magazine. The teacher displays the two sets of data with a pie chart and a bar graph. The students convert percentages into fractions and use their estimation skills as they interpret the data. This learning activity integrates Mathematics Standard Number 1 for grades 3 through 5, which requires that students understand numbers, ways of representing numbers, relationship among numbers, and number systems. This activity also addresses Mathematics Standard Number 5 for grades 3 through 5, which requires that students select and use appropriate statistical methods to analyze data. The students compare related data sets describing important features of both.
Hermione has 35%. And you know that in our class she didn't have that high of a percent. Can anyone think of a fraction that is fairly close to 35%? Talk to each other. Austin, please.
We thought it was 1/3 because that equals 33 1/3%.
Okay, so that 1/3 is a good knowledge base to have. That you know that 1/3 is worth how much?
33.
I can't hear you.
33 1/3%.
All right, so is this a little bit more or a little bit less than 1/3?
A little bit more.
A little bit more than 1/3. And in our class, did we have anywhere near 1/3 of the people voting for this as her favorite character?
According to the survey results in American Girl, one character received 653 votes for favorite character. The students are told that this represents 1/3 of the total number of votes. The students then work in groups to determine the total number of readers that responded to the survey. Each group comes up with a different algorithm to find the answer. This activity integrates mathematics standard number 1 for grades 3 through 5, which requires that students compute fluently and make reasonable estimates.
So if 1/3 is going to equal 653 votes, could you figure out how many were in the whole survey? Could you figure that out? Could you use this piece of information that you know to figure out what you don't know? What did this group say? Tyler, what did the Ravenclaws come up with?
We did 653 times 3, and it equaled 1,959, and then it was about 2,000.
1,959, and you said that is about 2,000.
The students discuss the accuracy of their survey results. They analyze the factors that could influence the way people answered the questions on the survey. By having the students discuss the strengths and weaknesses of using surveys as a means of collecting data, the teacher integrates mathematics standard number 5 for grades 3 through 5. The standard states that students should be able to select and use appropriate statistical methods to analyze data. The students consider how their method of data collection could affect the nature of their data set.
What could be an important variable? Eric, please.
Well, if you put it in American Girl, a lot of girls are going to answer it. Maybe they like girls in books better than they like guys. And if you put it like in a dirt bike magazine, more guys are going to answer it. Because it's not like a guy's going to go read American Girl.
All right, or answer a survey from there. So, anybody else want to add to what Eric has said? David.
And there's a lot more people in the world.
Okay.
But not all of them read Harry Potter books.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that like there might be quite a bit of people that read Harry Potter books, but not all of them do.
That's right. And of those who read them, would everyone have read this particular magazine and filled out this particular survey? Annika.
They just like the character.
All right, super. You mean the character of her, I'm terrible today. Help me again. Hermione. Maybe they liked Hermione the best, and so that's why.
The teacher has the students discuss how the survey results from American Girl magazine could have varied if the survey had been conducted through another publication. The students make predictions about the outcome of the survey based on their conception of the target audiences of different magazines. To test one of their predictions, the students decide to write a letter to a magazine asking the editors to conduct the same survey as American Girl so they can compare the results. This learning activity integrates mathematics standard number 5 for grades 3 through 5, which requires that students develop and evaluate inferences and predictions that are based on data.
Abby, please.
Farm and Home.
Say that again.
Farm and Home.
Farm and Home, and I was in on that discussion a little bit over there. You actually have seen a magazine, Farm and Home. Why did you think Farm and Home, if they put out the survey, who is your favorite character, why did you think they would pick Dumbledore?
Because they're older people that read that. They're elder. They're people that can that are as old as Dumbledore or older or younger.
Okay, super. I appreciate it as maybe one of those elderly people. I appreciate how you changed old to elderly there for us, Abby. Thank you. I wonder if any of you would volunteer to be on a committee to write a letter to what magazine? And ask them if they would ask that question. Do you suppose they would do that for us? Maybe. We don't know. We never would know unless we do it. What's the worst that can possibly happen? They'll say, no, we have far too much to do. And have we lost anything? No. But if they decide to do it, would that be adding some more interesting data to our knowledge base of what the average Harry Potter reader is like? It would be interesting. Who would like to volunteer to be on that?
As the teacher distributes the returned surveys to the cooperative groups, she has the students estimate how many surveys have been returned. She shows the students the stack of surveys and then has them judge how many surveys there are. The teacher helps the students develop and use strategies to estimate the results of whole number computations and to judge the reasonableness of the results. This addresses Mathematics Standard Number 1 for grades 3 through 5.
Yes, David?
900, between 900 and 2,000.
Okay, well listen, I'm going to tell you right now that this is 25. This is 25. Can that help us in any way? Huh. Can we kind of make little stacks of 25 and do it that way? Would it help us to know what 50 was better?
Yeah.
Or maybe I could just kind of eyeball and try to figure out another 25 without actually counting them. Do those look about even?
It helps us to know about what 100 is.
Oh, it would, wouldn't it? So this is about 50? Could we double that again? This is really kind of guessing here, isn't it? How much would this be? About 100? Would that help us? Ooh, 100. Wait a minute.
200.
200?
225. 50.
250. How many of you would like to, at this point, change your prediction or your guess how many there were? Because you have a new roadmap now, don't you? You have more information.
The cooperative groups enter the survey data on computers. The students create a presentation to show their findings and explain their results. This activity integrates Technology Performance Indicator number 5 for grades 3 through 5, which requires that students use technology tools for individual and collaborative writing, communication, and publishing activities to create knowledge products for audiences inside and outside the classroom.